Yeah, yeah. Urban Therapy with Son. We gonna do this thing to around one. And it's on right now. We gotta get it down and we on point. Make sure that you smoke the joints, not the blunts. I'ma give you what you want. If you're over 40 years old, yo, we gonna stunt. And I take it to another level. Devils never get hung around, but we gonna bring the demons down to our place where we feel comfy and make sure that we don't make the road bumpy. Well, I'm glad to be here. The Urban Therapy with Son show. Yes, y'all, and it's and I'm feeling like a real man should. And I hope that y'all feeling the same way. And I could get it to that point where you're going to be okay. And I run like OJ in the white Bronco. I say, no, Son, yo. You chill out. I'm saying, though. It's the Urban Therapy with Son show. It's Sunday morning, and I'm feeling real nice, right? So today we're talking about the people who are in your life and those who ain't. See, a lot of people will say that they grew up with you, and some people might even say that they helped raise you. But are they always telling the truth when they say that shit? I mean, you know the people who were active in your life, but sometimes you may feel the need to check some people who say that they were all up in your life and instrumental in your upbringing or currently in your life when they really not. So sometimes people will say that they know you, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I do know the person, and the person does know me, but they don't know me like that. They didn't see how I grow, see? And so you might have to like check them a little bit. Like, listen, man. There was a time when you were in my life, but that was like 15, 20 years ago. I've learned a lot. I don't even have your own number. I don't know where you go in, you can go under. I don't see you on a regular basis. I don't see the changes that's happening on your faces. I can tell you what your address is, and I can tell you none of your biz. You can't do the same. And you don't even know that I had a name change. And you don't even know that I like rearranged a whole lot of things that's going on in my circle. You can't get close enough to the God to hurt you. And I'm going to have to say like this. I knew you before, but now I don't know you like this. So it's not even a diss. But today we're going to talk about the people who are in your life and the ones who aren't. Now, some people might claim to be in your life, and they used to be. But you can't hold on to the knowledge that you had of a person before they underwent a bunch of changes, before they actually started to grow and get to know themselves, learn themselves. And the same way goes for you. The same way that a person may not know you like that, you don't know them like that. But they might be quick to say, oh, yeah, I know this person. I know this person. I know. For example, I know Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson. I knew Dr. Umar Johnson. I've told y'all about that on this show before. Me and my dad gave him his UNIA headquarters because, you know, he started out with the UNIA. That's Marcus Garvey's movement, the Back to Africa movement, because, you know, he's a Pan-Africanist. But I can't say that I know Umar now. I knew Umar then, and I ain't even really know him like that. You know why? Because I wasn't in his life. You ask Umar, does he know Omar? He gonna have to scratch his head like, what Omar? There might be a Umar in his life. It ain't me. My interaction with Dr. Umar Johnson was all the way back in like 2005. 2005, 2006, something like that. It wasn't today. It wasn't in the modern day. I haven't taken this walk with him. I can't tell you his birthday. I know he's a Leo, but I can't tell you his birthday. I can't tell you where he goes. I can't tell you who he knows. I'm not in his life. He's not in mine. I can't lay claim to that. So when I say I know him in a certain way from back in the day, and I can only give you a few things about it, a few facts about his personality. The Umar Johnson that's happening right now, I don't know nothing about it. I know him just like you would know him through YouTube videos and appearances and speeches and things like that. Controversial things, being a prince of Pan-Africanism. Do you understand what I'm saying? but somebody who has been in my life from the door, fully instrumental. People who are in my family, people who know when we started out this thing, Winner Circle Entertainment, people who took that walk with me, going all the way up to Urban Therapy with Son. They've seen the changes and the growth and all of that. People who, they are in my life. Y'all are more in my life than somebody I may have known from the 80s or the 90s. They have more time from the first meet, but they don't know me like y'all take this ride, this walk, this ride, this trip with me every single day. So y'all get steady updates. Y'all are in my life. Even if some of y'all have never seen me face to face. You get it? So that's what we talking about today. That's what we talking about today. And I'm so glad to be here in your face. And I'm glad that you're taking up my space. We gonna talk about being in your life. I'm talking about something like a husband or a wife or a spouse or a piece, or that's your kids. And they know exactly what you did. They know what happened yesterday. They know where you go. They know how you think. They know how you flow. And when it comes down to it, you flow like fluid. I'm gonna show you how to do it. And I know that you knew it when it first came. And I'm down with all y'all. I hope y'all feel the same. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Son 752, and this your daily, the daily go get emism show. We do this every. That's how I know y'all in my life. This is not the daily go get emism show. This is Urban Therapy with Son. Y'all know that I have a tendency to forget things, to go off on that. Y'all know that I get in the habit of doing things. I gotta do the whole intro over. Urban Therapy with Son 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Son. Urban Therapy with Son show. We do this every single Sunday from 11 a.m., but it's 11:30 till around 12:30-ish, even though we go until 1. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight. We bust it up with each other. Go back and forth. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see how the universe projects us into this thing called life in the world that we live in. We play on the monkey bars and push each other on the swings and up the sliding board and on the merry-go-round and in the sandbox. I am your host, Son 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Son show. And I'm feeling like a real man should. And I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. My girl, Carol Chamberlain, me father. My girl, Carol Chamberlain, me father. And also, T. Carey, right morning, noon, and night. It's always a pleasure to have my peoples going right in your sight. And my man, James Price, he gets nice. That's my man. You think he ain't? Oh, wait. What's going on, my man? My mellow. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. It is the Urban Therapy with Son show. So today we're talking about the people who are in your life and the ones who aren't. The people who are in your life and the people who aren't. Now, sadly enough, I'm going to get this out of the way early. Many people grew up with their father not being in their lives. Now, you may have known your dad. You may have known your dad. Your dad may be alive to this day. But when the question is asked, is he in your life? Was he in your life? That brings up a whole different conversation. Because a lot of people, I'm not just talking about from the father perspective, because every father likes to romanticize and try to kick it like they really in their child's life and that they help raise their children. But some of them are just not being truthful. They're just not being truthful. If you do not know your children's foot size, that's probably because you ain't bought no sneakers or no shoes. could be because they foot keep growing so much that you got to check in. But it also means that the reason that you have to check in is because you're not in their life. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. If you can't name any of your children's friends, it's probably because there's limited communication between you and your children. So you don't know who's in their lives because you're not bearing witness. You're not there. You're not in their lives. You might be around their life, you know. You're around their life. You know what I'm saying? You're around their life. You're around. Yo, my dad is around. I know where he live at. From what I understand, he got a new girlfriend. And I heard that she's pregnant. I heard that they having a baby or whatever. He's around. He's around. But he ain't in your life like I'm in this chair. He ain't there. He checks in from time to time. But he ain't in your life. And sadly enough, especially in our community, he may not be around. He might not be around. You know, he might not be around. He may have made his choice to be. He might be in somebody else's life, and he might be around in someone else's life, but it ain't yours. And it has an effect. It's definitely one of those things I wish I could change for everybody. It's one of those things that I take very seriously and very personally. But even the child or the children themselves sometimes romanticize. Yeah, my dad was always in my life. But when you start checking the stats, all right, was he at your 4th grade graduation? How about 8th grade? Okay. I know he was at your high school graduation. Oh, he didn't know you dropped out. Okay. Okay. You went to jail. Did he come and see you? Oh, he was locked up too. Okay. Okay. That type shit. You know, this is bigger than just, you know, throwing money at your mom for school clothes, Christmas time, birthdays. And I'm not saying that any contribution is not appreciated or if it's unimportant. What I'm saying is there's a difference between being around in your children's lives, and there's a difference between being around in your children's lives and being in your children's life. So what we're talking about today is the people who are in your life. They know more of the day-to-day. They know when you got a new hairstyle. I mean, when you really think about it, people on social media might know when you change your hairstyle because you uploaded your profile picture. I know we have people who haven't changed their profile pictures. Shout out to people who haven't changed their profile pictures. You're like, you click on their profile picture. That shit say 2016. And shout out to the people who keep posting 4 years ago, 7 years ago. I'm like, okay. Pardon my thoughts on that, because I'll be like, okay. You can see when they heyday was, but I'll be wondering, did they think that way of themselves 4 years ago, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years? Did they think that they was fly in? Or did they love themselves more then? Bottom line is, people on social media who do not know you personally may have a clearer window into what's going on in your life, what's going on in your head, what's going on in your heart, than people who gave birth to you or were there for you or shared the same bedroom with you. Things like that. You may be estranged from the people that you came up with. And it may have been a time when they were in your life, but it sure ain't now. There are people probably on this show right now or looking at this show right now whose sisters and brothers may not have their new phone number, and they ain't gonna get it. Aunts and uncles ain't seen them in a decade or more, and it ain't gonna change. They might see him at the next funeral, though. They might see him at the next funeral. Other than that, they don't get any of your life updates because they ain't in your life. You ain't in theirs. One of the differences might be that you ain't claiming to be in their lives, but they might be claiming to be in yours. Cherry, Dana, Cinderella, Dane. Well, it's the woman Dane with fame. Cinderella, Dane. Well, it's the woman Dane with fame. And also, yeah. Emily Dunlap, and I said Emily, yeah, T. Carey, right? It is something. You know, we're going to get into this today. The people who are in your life, there's a difference between being in and being around. There's a difference between being in and being around. Being around is like, all right, listen, I'm on call. I ain't coming into the office today because it's really my time off. But you can call me and I'll come in an emergency situation. That's around. But I'll give it that. At least if that's the situation, if you are available to be on call, I'll give you credit for being in enough to be around. Sometimes around can just mean alive. Think about how many people you know whose fathers are still alive, but they just around. They just around. There are plenty of people out here whose fathers might live in another state. They know that they still there. And listen, I don't mean to hold on. I wanted to get this father thing out of our system early because, listen, y'all know I lost my dad this summer, but this is bigger than that. One thing his death showed me was the difference between being in and the difference between being around, and the difference between his side of the family. Sometimes your dad can be in your life. He can score an in your life point if his mom, your grandmother. I know people whose family was in their lives when their dad wasn't. His dad might have been getting high. He might have been doing whatever he's doing, locked up, whatever. But grandmothers came through, cousins on his other side, aunts and uncles representing, and they was there. You know that type of shit. But one thing is for sure, if his side of the family ain't in your life, more than likely he ain't either. As a child. And I mean a child of any age too. Now, when you gotta meet your father's side of the family at a funeral, ain't it iron? What I gotta say about that? What I got to say about that? You know how many people out here whose primary custodial parents be all type salty, feeling some kind of way because you interact with your father's side of the family? I'm just keeping it a buck, baby. I'm just keeping it a buck. Y'all know this situation. You know, you bring up, yeah, well, my grandmother on my dad's side, and your mom looking at you like, the motherfuckers ain't never do nothing for this child. They ain't do a motherfucking thing. They ain't done a Christmas. They ain't done a birthday. These motherfuckers don't even, they might show up for some free food at a graduation, but they ain't coming through for shit else. They ain't never offered no help in no kind of motherfucking way. They ain't. And he running around, or she running around, talking about, oh yeah, my cousins on this side, my uncles on this side, my auntie on this side, my grandmother and my pop. Fuck out of it. That side of the family be having family reunions, and you don't be in them. Or maybe one year they invite you to one family reunion so they can show your ass off. Other than that, all right, we can go back to just being around your life. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel? Ansel Jones. What's going on, my brother? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Your mom get type screw face when you talk about your dad other side of the family. Like, mm-hmm. My side of the family, I worked 2-3 jobs and shit. Went back to school and shit. Gave him everything. Gave him or her everything they fucking wanted. And did everything I could. My mom helped me out. My aunts, my uncles, they all represented and shit. Put us up when we ain't had nowhere to stay. Helped us get back on our feet. My dad gave us money. And this motherfucker. And they want to talk about. They want to talk about. They want to talk about this crystal. This crystal that is on his dad's side. This crystal that his dad gave him to wear around his neck and shit with a little shoestring, shoestring and a crystal and shit. I think this is about listen, it ain't that your mom hating. She got a valid argument. All right, she might be hating a little bit. But the reason she hating is because they wasn't in your life. They was around. And they brought you around when it was convenient. When they wanted bragging rights or something. You know. Oh, yeah, this is Sonny. This is Sonny. That's Sonny. Oh, look at you. The reason they gotta introduce you as Sonny's daughter, because Sonny ain't there. Where the fuck is Sonny? Where's Sonny? That's your dad's name, Sonny. By the way, I had an Uncle Sonny. Yeah, I just said, may he rest in peace. I just say, yeah, in your life versus around, or ain't in your life, totally out of your life side. Hey, yo, side. This is Uncle Sonny daughter. This is Uncle Sonny daughter. Yeah. We're going to try to get this father thing out of our system early. I don't know if it's going to work. But then we can talk about other people who may lay claim to being in your life. They ain't in your life. They ain't even in your life. They're fronting. They're fronting. And someone needs to put an end to this fronting. What is this fronting? Why are you fronting on it? What the front? You don't leave the front. Okay. All right. If y'all would like to call into the show, the number to call is area code of 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get a line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby, on. 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 Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Push number one if you want to talk. It ain't crazy. That's right. Press number one if you would like to speak. And that will let me know that you would like to speak. Other than that, I figure you just listen to the show. And if you press number one, you should hear, you are now in the host queue. You are now in the host queue. And if you don't hear that you're in the host queue, you gotta hang up and call back. That's what you do. You are now in the host queue. Yeah, you are now in the host queue. 319-527-6199, baby. Shirley Show, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Show, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, bye? It's good to see me. Some UC. All right. Let me see. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Okay. TK Wright says, my father was in then. He was around then. Wait, my father was in, then he was around. He was in before he passed away when I was 19. His sisters were always present. That's what I'm talking about. You know, if his side of the family is in, he got a pass to be. He can lay claim. Like my nephew. When my nephew was very, very young, he used to go down South Philly to his dad's mom's house, his grandmother. He had cousins down there and all that kind of shit. And then that shit stopped. And I always thought about that shit like, he used to go down South Philly and be with them and all that. And then it just stopped. After he was about 5, 6, 7 years old. And I ain't hear about him going down South Philly no more. Or any other talk about his cousins. He didn't grow. They didn't come to Germantown. I couldn't tell you nothing about him now. And I'm wondering if he could. Okay. I see. Okay, hold on. Ansel Jones says, people going to family reunions for attendance and gossip. Ooh. Well, if you're not in a person's life, I guess gossiping is all you can do because you don't have no real info. And so Joe says we need 90s elevator music. I didn't know elevator music changed with the times. All right. I see we have a call on the line. Caller with the last number 7533. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this morning? Well, afternoon. And peace to you, my brother. Feeling like a real man should.
Yeah,
Good to see you. Hear from you.
I was just listening to your topic, and it's right on point. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I mean, I can totally relate. I grew up with people who are total strangers to me now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
It happens.
My dad, he was in my life, then he was around my life, then he was in my life. So, yeah, it makes perfect sense what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the nail right on the head. So, yeah, I feel it. This is a good topic. This is touching wide and far. Wide and far. My condolences to your loss this summer. Yeah, Brother Mac was definitely a ray of sunlight. He was very conversational and very knowledgeable, and he didn't mind sharing the wealth. So
yeah,
he would definitely be missed.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, mucho. I know how you felt about my pop.
We definitely have to do some therapy for our family, our situation. I was telling one of my siblings that, maybe everybody should talk to a therapist, at least, talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Share some things up on your heart, that's on your mind. So just let that stuff, that's if you can talk it out.
Right.
For some reason, a couple of siblings that I just won't, they just don't want to know. So hey, I'm not that stuck on anybody that gotta talk to anybody. Hey, that's just how it is. I hate to say it, as long as I'm breathing, well, that's pretty much my part. We're going to take care of ourselves. You can't make anybody else do anything. If I'm here and I'm giving you an opportunity to, to contact me and you don't, hey, if I have your number and I don't contact you, well, obviously I didn't want to.
Right.
We do have a freedom of choice. We can choose to, associate ourselves with. That's the beautiful thing about being a human being. We can move. We can get up and move to other side.
Hold on, my brother. Hold on a second. Hold on. There's something weird happening. Why is my phone playing some Rick James? And I'm like, what the? Hold on. Like,
that's a call, isn't it?
I don't know what's going on. I have no idea of where that's coming from. I don't have no app open. I'm lost. But it keeps doing it. All right. Anyway, go ahead. My bad, man. Go ahead. I just have to turn it down. I don't know where it's coming from at all. I have nothing. But yeah, man,
Yeah, we're definitely in need of some therapy, some talking to each other therapy, some urban therapy.
Right.
We're not quick to go to trained psychologist to sit down and lay down on the couch, but that doesn't mean we can't get some type of therapeutic sessions going in with each other.
It definitely doesn't mean that.
Just being able to relate, be able to talk, to communicate. That's a good exercise. And being grown.
Mm-hmm.
That's what grown people do. Grown people talk things out. Children get mad because they can't express themselves.
Even if it's...
They won't talk to...
I was going to say, even if it's for no other reason than for identification purposes. Like, you should be aware of who knows you and who thinks they know you. You know what I mean? The same way as other people might require you to really know them before you start popping off like you really know them. You understand what I mean? So when in every life, there's ups and downs, there's leaps and bounds, there's peaks and valleys, there's ins, there's outs, and there are periods of growth, there are periods of development. So the 16-year-old you is not going to be the same as the 40-year-old you. But if a person hasn't lived that that 24 years between 16 and 40, then their perspective is going to be a perspective that may have expired. But they don't know that shit. You know, they don't know. You know, they still thinking about your mentality, your ways, your thought patterns of when they were in your life when you were younger. That's not now. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know the hits that you've taken. They don't know the victories that you've won. They don't know your views of triumph and failure. They're not there. They haven't been there. They haven't been there. So they may have been around, but they're not in your life. But I want to address something real quick. I want to take this in another direction, because people that you grew up with may claim to have raised you. I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that. Have you ever been around some of your old heads and they say, yeah, you know, I helped raise you. You looking like, out of respect, you might just let it go. Like, yeah.
I'm the youngest of 10 children. But yeah, everybody has related some things to my life. And I'm like, man, get out of here, man. I raised you more than you raised me. Get out of here. I've done more for you. You're older. Get it out.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, they want bragging rights for something they ain't done. That's all. That's all.
Wait a minute, hold on, man. Whoa, I'm seeing something in the comments that I did not want to fucking read. Slick Rick died? The ruler?
Yeah. Wow. Really? Huh?
The problem is it's from a reliable source. My man Magnificent Morocco. Wow. I'm like, come on. Rick the ruler? No.
I wonder what it's from. I mean, you know, everybody goes back to essence sooner or later, but you're right. It does just it walk into the 21st century where everything's on TV.
Yeah.
Oh. Everything is closed at high definition. HD.
Oh.
Yeah, Tupac
no, we good. He was talking about Rick James because it was playing on my phone. Yeah, and Rick James used to call himself Slick Rick. Woo! I was like, no, I'm looking like, well, the internet hasn't caught up with Slick Rick. I'm like, MC Ricky D. Okay. No. All right. Now we can. Woo! Yeah, rest in peace of Rick James.
False alarm.
Woo! Thank you. All right. So yeah, like we were saying, man, you know, people make and people, I'll give them this. In their affection for you, in their love for you, they may have wanted to be part of raising you. And somehow in their mind, because they may have been there when you rode the hump in the Buick Rivera in the 1975 Buick Rivera, you know, with the joint that had the pointed back, you know what I mean? The pointed back when you was riding the hump, and they was like, yeah, we was going to the drive-in. That's like raising you. I paid for the popcorn. I paid for the jujubes. You could barely open your mouth chewing them jujubes. I helped raise you. Okay, you know what? I ain't going. Wow. I get it. It may not be 100% true, but I understand where it's coming from, and I ain't mad at it. You know, so you might let it slide.
You know what? That'd be a nice little friendly jab. But some people you can overdo it. You can straight out lie. You can do some bold-faced lies, and nah, we don't do that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, you know, I used to change your diapers. Like, okay. I'm not sure if that's raising somebody, but I can't take away that act. You change the diaper. Okay. I mean, I'm not here to take nothing away. I'm just trying to find out what the real qualifications of being in your life are, of raising somebody. That's all. We just here to find out what's really real, for identification purposes. That's all. We trying to make sure that who's who is who they supposed to be. We checking IDs right now. That's all. We checking IDs.
Credit is given where it's due. That's all.
Yeah.
But make sure.
Without a doubt, man. So yeah, it's a as we get older, as our journey starts to, gain more focus or actually starts to take more shape, it's important to know who you rolling with and who's rolling with you versus who is just sort of hanging out. You know what I mean? We got too many people right there on the sidelines. They just, like, all right, well, I mean, I'm here. I'm gonna jump in when my time comes, but right now I'm chilling. And then you got the people that's nah, we gonna take this ride. I'm gonna be there to pick you up at such and such time and be on time because I know you like to spend a lot of time. You like to waste a lot of time, blah, 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 blah. When people know your patterns, that means that they're in your life. Now, the thing about it is sometimes people are in our lives who we don't even want to be in our lives. But they can actually see. I'm gonna ask you this question. And then I'm going to open it up for the floor for other people to chime in too. But let me ask you this. Do you think that somebody can be in your life and still not really know you that well?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Nowadays everybody wears masks.
Okay.
So yeah, they can be in your life and just see the mask that you wear for the masses and not really dig, any further. So they just know you and
Okay.
They don't ask questions, so they don't get answers.
Okay. I was gonna say it in a different way. Like, your neighbors, they can be in your life, but not really know you like that. You understand what I mean? At the same time, they may know you in ways that you haven't even peeped. Because they peeping out windows. They might be able to hear through your walls. They hear conversations.
Yep.
They see who comes and goes in your crib and all that kind of stuff. So they are in your life. Whether or not they know you or not, they are in your life. And whether or not you want them there or not, they're in your life. Same thing with people. Same thing with people like coworkers. You spend 8 hours a day with them motherfuckers, like it or not. Oh, believe me, they are in your life. Do they know you like that? Maybe not. But they in your life, goddamn. You see what I mean? They are in your life. Okay. You didn't even give them an intro, but you signed that contract when you took that job. And sometimes you might do a little overtime. So you might spend more time at work than you do at your own crib. So the people in your crib, they're in your life too. But these other people who you might say don't know you from a can of paint. Oh, yes, they do. They know some things. And they are in your life.
They know some things.
Yeah, you just haven't co-signed for them to be there. But in a way you did. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Gotta be careful in contract you sign.
Man, listen.
Yes, sir.
You keep showing up, they keep getting information. Whether or not you sanction that's a whole nother story. But they there and they are in your life. Now you mean to tell me that your coworkers who you don't give a shit about are in your life and your dad ain't? Well, it be like that sometimes.
Well, that's the truth of the matter. That's the way it is. I mean, families have become dysfunctional, man. That's just one of the truths of it all. We have a lot of dysfunction in our community. Well, in the society we live in, there's a lot of dysfunction. So that's what it produces. So how come we have a lack of culture? You have a bunch of dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
Culture is meant to be cultivated, and without that force, without that guiding force, you have a lack of cultivation. And you have
True
what we
story.
have today.
That's an actual fact. Hold on a minute, my brother. We have some other callers on the line. I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to get on. So we're going to take the callers in the order in which they requested to speak. So caller with the last numbers 1132. We're going to bring you on, and then caller with the last numbers 2968. All right. So caller with the last numbers 1132. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon? There you go. I knew I could do it.
Hi, Omar. This is Stacy.
Hey, how you doing, Stacy? What's going on?
Good. Nothing. I just wanted to say that my father and my sister was in my life, but he didn't know everything about me. But he was there, and he did what he needed to do to be there, like take care of me. He did his part, but he wasn't there the way I wanted him to be.
I understand that. I do.
He wasn't there. Yeah, because it's very important. You're supposed to know your daughter's shoe size. You're supposed to know your daughter's favorite color. Different things. But he was there for like the main necessities, but not for stuff like that.
Okay. Now, okay, with him, you acknowledge that he was in your life, right? I guess the question that we have to ask was, from your perspective, you said that he wasn't in your life the way that you would like for him to have been in your life. So is being in somebody's life, is that enough?
It all depends on the person, because I know I'm a strong person because I had a relationship with my dad, and I got it right before he passed, because I was kind of angry for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I did meet my siblings, so I know my siblings, and my sister was always there, so I'm not mad at her or anything. She was there. Everything blew up when he passed, but that's either here or there. That always happened at funerals. And I'm not angry or nothing like that. I just think he should have been there a little bit more, but then it was up to me too. He knew I had a sensitive heart, and I knew my family was kind of poo-poo on that side of the family, and I didn't want nothing to do with him.
Okay.
So it depends on the individual.
Okay. So you wanted your dad in your life, but you didn't really want his side of the family in your life?
Exactly.
Now that's interesting. So you wanted your dad, but not where he comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Now that's a spin right there. I ain't see that one coming. You blindsided me with that one, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
Okay.
That's very truthful. Okay, so go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so in your opinion, there are times. Well, let me clarify this. Are you saying that in your opinion, there's sometimes where you would rather some people just be around and instead of being in your life? Do you agree with that?
Well, for me, like I said, he was definitely there. Yeah, I would want him there instead of just being around, being more active. And I believe I would have been more stronger, if my dad was there.
Okay.
Yeah, if my dad was there, I would have been so. But thank God I had a mother and a grandmother that, they're women, but they're very strong, and they were kind of like strict bringing me up.
Okay. And you talking about your mother and your grandmother on your mother's side?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
You know, my family on my mother's side raised me, and they were definitely in my life. So they took his part.
Okay.
You know, so yeah.
Okay.
And they still looking over me, you know, they still got my back, you know, even though half of my family is passed and I still got a little portion that's down here left and still have my back watching over me, you know. And but I, you know, like I said, I wish my dad, you know, that's why I be careful with kind of, you know, mates that I choose because I don't want to choose what my mom had.
I understand.
I don't want that for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that for me. You know what I mean? You don't have to accept that.
Mm-hmm.
You want better. My mother told me to do better than what she did, and that's what I'm trying to do. And it's not that easy.
So, are there people who are quote unquote in your life that that think they know you when they really don't?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh well, I got some friends that think they know me. Some friends that think they know me, but I'm not. I'm way different when I grew up. I got classmates that think they know me. I'm like, I'm not the same person. I mean, I done changed. You know, I done been through a lot. Changes people.
Right.
I'm not the same person as I was when I was growing up. You know of me, but you don't know me. I deal with, like I said, coming in, checking in, listening to the show, or if I'm not at the show, you know me more better than they know me. You know, everybody they know of you, they don't know you. You know, so yeah, you know, some people are so quick to say, "Oh, I know her." And that's what I said on my post the other day. People be lying. You know, you don't know me. You don't know me. You know, so. And then even in my family, some of my family members, they know me, but since they ain't been in my life, active in my life, they don't know how I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna change. I have changed. And there's some people that I still deal with, like some cousins I deal with, we're up and close and personal. And I check in, they call and check to see how I'm doing or whatnot. They know me. Because they know my schedule, they know what's going on, but everybody in the family don't know me like that no more. Like I said, pain will change you. You different. You react different. You grown. I'm good and grown now. Everybody don't know you.
Yeah, that's true, and it's funny because it's almost like in my head, it's like a play on words. It's like they know who you are, but they don't really know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same words, but it means a little something different. I guess I could say.
And then your family, it's a part, like my cousin, my family know me, but far as being a friend, like a friend, my friends know that side of me that my family don't know.
Okay.
So I have friends that know a certain side of me that my family don't know. My big cousin probably know his cousin how she is, but he grew up with her, but he don't know the party inside. He don't know the club side of Stacey. You know, he don't know none of that. So,
do you have any friends? Do you have any friends who aren't in your life, or do you have any friends who aren't in your life?
I had a best friend that I had. She called me. Matter of fact, I guess she called me 2 weeks ago, trying to get back into my life. And she was my friend ever since 3rd grade, but she kept doing things to me that I had enough. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't pick up the phone. Because I didn't want her to mess up my peace. And I didn't pick up the phone, and I was like, I'm tired of it. I can't. It was like, you ain't gonna do nothing. No, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I'm good and grown. I know you married and got kids, but you got like 4 different kids or 4 different men. You can't tell me how to run my life. So she's not there no more. But she probably would claim that she know me, but if you knew me, you wouldn't have did what you did to me. So you have to be careful on that, because people that claim they know you, they won't do certain stuff to you. You know. So I got another friend that I am close with, and we've been through thick and thin. We done been through hell and back, and we still keep in touch with each other. And she knows me. She knows me. Because she's in my life. She knows me.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So, have you ever thought that you were in someone's life where they didn't think that you were in their life? Like, look, for example, let's just say you had a friend who, let's say y'all were real close, but they got married, moved to another city or state or whatever. So y'all not as cool as y'all used to be. Y'all might have been road dogs, for example. You know what I mean? And now y'all not as active. You know how it is when people get married. You know, sometimes, you know, they get busy building their family and stuff like that. They don't have as much time to spend hanging out, or maybe not even talking on the phone as much. They spouse and their family matters may take up more of their time than they ever did before. So they're not as in your life as they were before. So have you ever had a situation where you were around in a person's life, but you considered yourself to be in their lives, but they didn't really think so?
Not really, no. I haven't had that one yet.
Okay.
I haven't had that one yet, no. Most of I have another friend that I knew, you know, we grew up together, and I haven't talked to her in a minute. I hope she's all right, but I'm not there no more, so I'm not connected because I don't know what's going on in her life or anything. Like I said, I hope she's all right, but that's about it. Everybody I know that's in my life, I'm active in their life, and they're active in mine. They know me, and I know them.
All right, let me just ask you this last question, and then I got to take the next caller. Now this may seem a little off topic, but I just want to know: Are you good at math?
Am I good at math? I graduated with a C average, so yeah, I would say so.
Do you know how to find 18% of 43?
You find 18%. Not off top of my head.
Okay, but you could work it out. You could do the equation.
I gotta get back to. You know how long it's been since I've been in school?
I'm just asking. And it's not an indictment on your skills and that like that.
Yeah, okay.
All I know is that this can help you in the checkout line. You know what I mean? When they be claiming that they giving out discounts, or when you or out, you know what I mean? They trying to jerk you on a gratuity. That's all I was saying. Okay. All right. Stand by. We have a call on the line with the last numbers 2968. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Hey. What's up? It's a good day. It's a good day in the neighborhood.
It sure is. Excellent. Never better.
Man, this is the best day of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me what you're saying, so I'll know.
Oh, you know. Yeah, okay. I know you're curious. Curious minds want to know, you know. But what makes this day so special is that we got an opportunity. And I look at all these opportunities, and there are many. And I like to take advantage of my opportunities and step up to the plate and see what I can bring to the table that might benefit everybody, you know, or somebody, for that matter. But so I look back at my life, you know, and I can see the people who were investing in where I'm at right now, you know. And so as I look back, I think, man, they put up with all that stuff that I was giving out. I was like impressed with how much they were sticking it out. Because if they hadn't stuck it out and gave me something to stand on when I became responsible for my own self, then I might not be able to stand up in this world, and the world be still kicking me in the butt. But after many years of being kicked and put down, I finally found the solid ground. And I look back and I said, thank you very much, you know, for the people who did that. And, you know, as a grown folk now, looking back at all that stuff, it's 2020, baby. It's 2020. You ain't going back trying to throw no salt in the wounds or anything. No. You just came back to say thank you. You know, tell people thank you for doing what you did. You put up with all that stuff I put you through, and you still were able to give me something. And so, obviously, kids are the future. So if you're investing in a child today, in a child's life, they're going to remember you when they get older.
Exactly.
So, in terms of this topic, the people in your life and the people who aren't in your life, have there been times when people have thought that they were in your life, active in your life, but really weren't by your perspective?
Yeah. My girlfriend's like that with me. I trip out on it too, because it's like, I wonder if she's just kidding or not. I think she's serious. She really don't know me, you know, but how could you not know me? You know, I mean, it's like, there's no way you could not know me. Now, if they got something in their craw or something, whatever that is, that ain't me. That's them. And since we put up with so much stuff, right? You know, sometimes it gets so bad, you just don't even want to put up with none of it no more. You're just in a vacation, you know, take a little me time. Because you've been over there trying to help these people so long, and nobody's helping you. And the only one that can help you is yourself. So, you know, you got to get away sometimes. It's not to be, it's a selfish thing to do. Sometimes when people say, where are you at? You know, what's up? You know, I need this, I need that. Or what's, you know, like, well, hold on a second, man. This is me time. You know, so I can be selfless. I can have some selflessness with my me time. You know, I just take care of me, and then I can do you later. You know, and you remember what people are saying. You know what they need. You already know what they're gonna say. They don't know what you're doing. You got to be strong, man. If you don't take that time to love yourself, then how are you gonna give anything away? You know, you'd be bankrupt. Don't bankrupt yourself. You can't.
So what makes, you know, when you said that your girl doesn't really know, but let me make sure I got it right. Were you saying that she doesn't really know you, or that she's not really in your life? Which one was it?
Well, both of them. You know, I mean, both of them, because you know how women are. Like, you know, they involved with children in the future. Remember? And I know I'm not saying I ain't, but there's like, you know, where is that time? You know, where you get your time with, you know, like there isn't the lines are not there no more. Before they were established, you know, okay, kids go to bed this time, da. But somehow all that stuff just went out the window. And let me tell you something. I see women overcompensating because the other person ain't there. So they overcompensate because, they don't want to lose their kids' affection, so they do all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to go old school on them, you know, but they don't know nothing about old school. They act like they don't. Maybe they wasn't raised like that. Maybe they was raised differently. You know, you never know how people are raised, man. Some kids had hella supervision, and some kids just, you know, they could just do whatever the heck they wanted. And they had to learn and grow up that way. But they weren't bad kids. They were like, no, I ain't doing that. No, I ain't doing that. So how'd they make it? Nobody teach them nothing.
Well, the reason that I asked you that question is because women study men. So, you know, when we're not paying attention to of what they are observing, many times we can think that they don't know us when they may have our patterns set and can set their watches by it. So that's why I asked you what, you know, to clarify whether you meant that she wasn't in your life or that she didn't know you. It would be hard for me to accept that a woman could be in your life and not know you.
When you listen to your woman, like you're saying that she does to you, well, I did the opposite. I examined them. I listened to what they said. And I responded initially this way and this way and this way over the years, and responded this way and this way and this way. And I had to learn how to navigate, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that, you know, sometimes I feel like this, but then 2 hours down the road, I don't feel like that no more. And I started thinking, well, if I rely on my feelings too much, I might get me in a lot of trouble, you know what I'm saying? And I got to get myself out of that crap. So I started noticing when my feelings get powerful because somebody's saying something or somebody doing something, I go take a look at my feelings in light of the truth, which is underneath my feelings, so I can do what I do, and that's what matters most to me. Now, if people don't see me, I'm like, well, you know, it ain't hard. It ain't hard to see me, you know what I'm saying? I'm right here on Front Street, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right there on Front Street, huh?
Well, you know how it is, man. You on stage when you talking, everybody else in the audience.
Right.
And then when I'm on stage, everybody else in the audience, you know, what's the problem, man?
You're right. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So have you ever wanted somebody to be in your life that wasn't? Maybe they were just around.
What do you mean? You mean one, like how do you mean one?
Like, you know,
To be friends with people?
It could be friends, it could be lovers, it could be family. Has there ever been anyone in your life that wasn't instrumental in your life or wasn't active, but who you wish were active, instrumental, or just there? Anybody?
Yeah, see that. Yeah, well, you know, you could probably scratch somebody up there somewhere down that line there. You find someone. You know, there's probably somebody there, but it really is. It shifts too much. You know, it's like you see one person and you go, well, no, it's not like that. You know, well, it's all, you know, so, well, yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe there was been some people. Maybe I don't recall, but there's probably situations that arose that were like that. I felt that way. You know, like wow. Like, because I've been through so much, you know, I mean, I spent 17 years in prison. So, you know, when I'm thinking about my past and shit, I'm not thinking like most people think when they're out here going to college and school and all this stuff. I wasn't thinking that way at all. So if you're talking to me, you might get a different response than what you're looking for.
So you spent 17 years in jail, right?
No, prison.
Okay, prison. I'm sorry. So,
yeah.
So I would imagine that during those 17 years, you probably had a lot of people in your life that you wish weren't in your life, right?
No.
You said no?
No.
Okay.
Like when I went to prison, I had people in my heart, you know, wherever I go, they're with me all the time. And that particular love that is there is always being nurtured and tended to and all this stuff, regardless of what's happening outside myself. This is what happens inside. Because when you get alone like that, you're slammed away somewhere and you have time to reflect on things, you go through it with like so much. I can't even explain to you how the clarity comes through. Looking back at life and this and this and that. I know a lot of people in prison don't look at things this way. They look at things in the way that when they get out, they're making plans now for doing stuff when they get out, which isn't the stuff that I would never even attempt to even go through. I wouldn't even want to go there because just wouldn't. Maybe back in the day I might have been in game for something like that, but I'm just like too wise to lie. You know what I mean? Now, and it's like that's just something I just ride above it, keep on going. You're cool with me, do what you got to do, but this isn't with me. I'm doing something different, homie. You know what I'm saying? I just move on. You know, boom. We cool though.
So let me get this straight. So for 7 years, you were comfortable with having COs in your life,
No,
cellmates.
nobody comfortable with want no damn COs in their life. Man, who wants a damn CO telling me what to do and knocking on the thing and take account and all this and that and all this? No, I ain't got no time for none of that. They can take all the COs out of prison as far as I care.
Well, I said that out of 17 years in prison, there were probably people in your life that you wish weren't in your life. Remember I asked you that?
Yeah, but that's a different situation you're talking about. You're talking about something different than that. You're talking about more or less the people that, you know, like your children, perhaps, the ones that you made.
No, I was talking about
family,
anybody. Nope, I was talking about anybody.
Well, you know, but I can't talk about every single buddy at the same time. I can only draw from my own experiences, and if that's not enough, well, that ain't enough.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. People are either in your life or they're not. And that's what we're talking about today. So just because you didn't invite them, or just because you're not comfortable with certain people being in your life, doesn't mean that they're not there. And there may be people that you wish, hold on a second. There may be people that you really wish were in your life and they're not. So here you are stuck with everybody who you wish was out of your life being in your life, and the people that you wish were in your life being out of your life. And that's life. So for 17 years, I would imagine in 17 years, I would imagine that there were cellmates in your life. There were people who in the yard, day room. You had COs in your life. I'm not going to say the warden was in your life because you had very little contact with them except in the movies. You know, people like that. You had you may have even if you learned a trade or had a job in prison, you had co-workers in your life. There were definitely lawyers and judges in your life. There are a lot of
people in my life.
Huh?
A lot of good people and a lot of good people behind the walls of prison, man. There's just some good people in there.
I definitely don't deny that.
I'm not saying not saying we all run a flawless routine or anything. No, we don't. But that, I'm not going to take away from the people that I've had experience contact with, like Geronimo Pratt. I had an opportunity to hook up with and talk with him in prison.
Oh yeah,
and that's a sound. He's a sound man. He's a sound dude. He's I can't believe the credentials that he has. You know, his abilities. It just makes him so humble, man. I'm really impressed with him. And that's one person that we don't have anymore. He died already.
Right.
And I kind of was drawing a lot of stuff from this guy. So there's a person that I wish I could have spent more time with and got to know better, because he was deep. He was a deep talker, you know, and a thinker. So I enjoyed that.
So wait, you were in the same prison as Geronimo Pratt?
Mm-hmm.
What prison was that?
I was there. I was there when Johnny Cochran was when he was having an interview with 60 Minutes. Johnny Cochran was there. He's going to get him out and all that. Right about that time there.
What prison was that?
That was which one was that? That was hang on a second. If I can remember right. I think it was Mule Creek, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time.
How long were you in that prison?
Oh, a few years.
You was in there for a few years? Okay.
Yeah, I got moved. I got moved around in the system around here. I've been to a lot of prisons in California, so. But yeah, that's one of them. That was the one I believe that I ran into him at. I'm pretty sure it was that one.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, but anyway, that guy. He was a. I mean, I didn't know him. I didn't know who he was or anything until I met him, and then he told me who he was, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, right on that. And then he started just going into stuff, you know, like his childhood. He started talking about his childhood, and when he was talking, like, he's a grown man, but he was talking to me like what's important to a child. And he's a black guy, so, and he's telling me that
Wait a
being
minute.
a father.
Wait a minute. You're not black?
No, I ain't black.
Oh. Never would have figured that out. I mean, you never know. You can't tell a person's race just by how they talk. You could have been like light. You could have been light skinned or something.
People see me on the street, they because most people that are not black, they go, well, you're like making fun of blacks when you talk to them. Like, I ain't making. You got it all wrong. You got it all wrong. They don't. You're so wrong. It's not even funny. People don't know what when someone has soul to them, like a soul brother, you know what I mean? Soul, but they only see you one way only. They don't see you any other way. There's no bullshit, no games, no none of that funny style business. It's not like that. So if you start bringing funny style business around, you might get spanked, and you don't want to be spanked, do you? Come on, man, you're a grown ass man.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, so as we wind down here, so you're saying that okay, let me just ask you this. Throughout your lifetime, from what you recollect, have there been more people that have been in your life that you wanted to be in your life, or have you had more people out of your life than you wanted in your life?
Shoot, man. I think everybody's had that experience when they feel like they feel like they're the only person. Nobody knows. Nobody understands. Nobody does anything. Nobody does anything about what you're going through. And it feels very personal and it's very intimate. Yes, indeed. And I think a lot of people have a hard time being, whether younger or older. I think that people have a difficult time opening up who they really are, not their false sense of self, who they think they are, the ego problem. No, who they really are. I think they have a hard time getting that connection to where you can have a heart to heart with them. So getting people to open up themselves to you is really a heart form, if you ask me.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. We're about to do these birthday shout outs. Listen, I appreciate you coming through. I really do. I appreciate all your commentary and everybody else who called in and listened in. I appreciate you all of you. All right. All right. And I'll holler at y'all. I'll holler at y'all next time. All right. Okay. So what's a Guan do here? What will Guan do? As we're gonna do these birthday shout outs, and then we're gonna move to the next level. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious September 5th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. A go-getter superstar, Stacey Cook. Stacey Cook, it's always a good look. Thanks for coming on through birthday. You're cooking the books. I hope that today finds you good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. You rock out, and do the damn thing. And also Lonnie Hall. My people's Lonnie Hall do the damn thing. Turning 58 years old today. And Tiffany Medea Blassingale. Turning 57 years old today. And Nicole Baker. No, that ain't that Nicole Baker. It's all good. Love is love. Happy birthday to you, Nikki Baker, turning 57 years old today. And Tiffany, wait a minute. Oh, she has two accounts here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and also Jackie Taylor, turning 56 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Donna, and highly favored Brown Cade, turning 67 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And you know what I used to like about Donna? I still do like her. But what I used to love about her is how forthcoming she was about her crack addiction. And that's how we got cool online. She used to be dropping it like, look, I'm free now, but I ain't trying to front now. And last but not least, my cousin Mark Sonny Branch, 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 Mark Sonny Branch. That's my man right there. Let's give him a chance. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious September 5th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey yo. Look, there are people who are in our lives. There are people who are around in our lives, and there are people who aren't in our lives at all. And sometimes the lines may get a little bit blurred. Sometimes people who think that they are in our lives are really just around or totally out of our lives, but maybe they were in our lives at a particular time in our lives, and they feel like they can still lay claim. Well, if we haven't learned anything from this show, one thing that I think that we have clarified is that sometimes there are people in our lives that we don't really want to be there, but we can't always control who is in our lives and out of our lives. And there are plenty of times when we want people to be in our lives and they're really just around or they're out of our lives. Well, life goes on the same way that you have learned and grown and pushed some people out of your life and invited others into your life. One thing that I want to impress upon everyone is that you have room for people in your life. Your choice whether to put them there, keep them there, that's up to you. But there's room for people in your life. A lot of people think that they have to get certain people out of their lives in order to make room for, okay, we got to get the toxic people out of our lives to make room for the good people. It's really bullshit. You manage the people in your life like you always have, whether you did it consciously or subconsciously. And you'll continue to do it again, whether it's by force or whether it's by necessity or choice. I want to thank all of y'all for coming through and checking out the Urban Therapy with Son show. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share the show. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we will be on tomorrow. And tomorrow is Labor Day. And it's going to be all right. And it's also going to be okay. Hopefully y'all have the day off. Peace to all my people who have to work tomorrow. Be safe. However it goes, it's the last cookout of the summer for some people. But yeah, shit, not in my city. The cookouts go until it get cold, and so do the block parties. So I want y'all to have a great day. The reason, do it cause I say. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. So we're going to get Blog Talk on the body here. I get back with you. Love is love, baby. And for my Instagrammers, yo, Fire Slammer Jammer, thanks for letting me come through and exercise my grammar. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. I see y'all on the other side, my boobers. All right. And Rock Him and say peace.